The number of reports coming to us clearly is on the increase, and it tells us what we think we've known for well over 50 years in the field of ufology now. People are seeing anomalous objects on a regular basis, and they are now much more willing to come forward than has been the case in the past, we think.
The National UFO Reporting Center in Seattle, Washington, receives 50 to 100 UFO sighting reports every week.
Members of law enforcement, pilots, firefighters, we're getting reports from all of these categories of citizens in the United States.
One of the most credible recent UFO sightings came from a Lebanon, Illinois police officer. Early on the morning of January 5th, 2000, Officer Ed Barton was on night patrol when an unusual call came over the radio.
I just received a call from Highland PD, reference to a truck driver, and said there was a flying object in the area of Lebanon. It was like a two-story house.
It's a joke, right? Did they say if the truck driver was DUI or anything?
He said he was curious.
Just a quick question. If I happen to find it, what am I supposed to do with it?
And then I saw what appeared to be two very bright, very large white objects almost touching. The light was so intense, it was massively bright, and there was white light coming off of it.
Hey, be advised, there's a very bright white light east of town, and it keeps changing colors.
I wasn't sure if it was a plane going down or not, but it didn't appear to be a plane, and I advised them over the radio that it definitely was not the moon and it wasn't a star. My father was active duty Air Force. It got to the point where I could basically tell you what type of aircraft it was just by the noise of the engines. Stand by one. I had never seen something like that before or since, and especially where it made no noise, and all aircraft that I know of make some noise of some sort or another.
Officer Barton raced to the other side of town, trying to intercept the unidentified flying object.
I pulled up and stopped right next to the 21-mile sign. The object came towards me over the tree line. It was a humongous black triangle with one light in what appeared to be the nose, two lights in the rear with one red pulsating light just forward, and in the middle of the two rear white lights. It was heading northwest, and then it turned and sped off towards the Shiloh area.
The officer radioed ahead, hoping others might verify this unbelievable sight he was witnessing.
If the Shiloh officer looks up, they can probably see it by now. I see something, but I don't know what that is. I've got that object inside also.
Are you serious?
It's huge.
15 miles away in a town called Highland, 66-year-old Melvern Knoll, a miniature golf course owner, was heading home for the night when he spotted a brilliant light moving in his direction.
I happened to look toward the northeast up in the sky, and I thought, boy, that's an awful bright star up there, and why, that's moving, coming this way, so I just kept my eyes on it. I thought, well, what the heck is it? But when it got closer, I could see that it looked like a two-story home up there floating right over the treetops here. And as it got right in line with me, it seemed like it slowed down a little bit and like it put a beam on me. It scared me.
Between 4 and 5:30 a.m., a total of 15 people, including 5 law enforcement officers, reported seeing these crafts over parts of Illinois and Missouri. As with most UFO claims, not everyone believed the story.
I knew I'd get a lot of joking and ribbing and kidding about it, and that's why at first I wasn't going to call or even report it.
If it would happen to me, I wouldn't have admitted it to anybody. I probably would have kept it to myself.
Some people will see a strange object in the sky, and the decision that they'll make about it will be to go into denial, because that's more comfortable than admitting that it might be something otherworldly, other dimensional, alien, or just something that they couldn't explain.
So this was all black, dark blue, maybe dark gray, something like that.
Crawford and Marler conducted interviews with all eyewitnesses willing to come forward.
He came up here.
And these were so bright that I had to squint when I looked up at it.
Comparing eyewitness accounts is essential to determine if the UFO could have been a misidentified jet aircraft or an unusually bright star. The search for evidence began at the site where Officer Barton saw the object hovering closest to the ground.
Right out in there. Probably about a good 500 yards or so in.
The ufologist team scanned the area for residual electromagnetic traces, but their meters registered nothing unusual. The investigators were disappointed, but they know that evidence of an extraterrestrial aircraft is rare and hard to support.